Hey bro, what's up? It took me a while to realize that men genuinely need to be aggressive, right? And I struggled with that growing up. I've gotten tremendously better at it, right? But I still lack in two key details, right? Or two key features, whatever you would call it. And one being, is it worth it? Like, is it worth taking the risk of being aggressive with somebody and standing up and be like, no, you're wrong, and end up being wrong yourself? Or two, it escalating into the point where there's no return. And the second part of that is, do I let it slide? Or are you being serious, or are you just joking? Because usually with dudes, it's like, whatever, we're bantering. But I don't know what goes too far, right? And usually there are three reasons why men pretty much lack in the field of aggression, today at least. And one being family either disciplines or highly discourages aggression. Two, it's either learned from our school systems. Like, they want you to be just as docile as your female counterparts, not aggressive, not rebellious. And that comes back to bite you in the ass later. And then three, it's usually society that tells you men shouldn't be aggressive and should be more, soft and be more emotional and cry a little. And it's like, bro, no, no. We need aggression. We need aggression to be protective, to protect what is ours, whether that be family, friends, significant other, children, whatever it can be. It's not even just people or relations like that. It could be money, resources, anything that is truly ours. We need to protect it, and we use aggression to do it. And if you find yourself being on the spectrum, right, there's either being the really feminine man that cannot stand up for himself, or the guy that just blows up over everything. And both are not good, right? Because this guy usually takes advantage of this guy. But if you can find the perfect middle ground where you can control your aggression and use it when needed, you honestly just fucking dominate this guy. Right. And I was here. I was on the softer side of men, dude. I could not stand up for myself. And there were four times that made me think that, hey, you need to get your ass together and start being more aggressive. The first one was at Walmart, right? I'm walking. Dude, I'm fucking checking out. I'm buying like a chocolate bar. And this dude comes and bum rushes everybody out the way. He's like, move out the way, get your asses out. And I don't do anything because, like, first off, I'm young. I'm like 16, 17. This dude's like 30. However, he was still much smaller than me. And I'm like, it's not worth it. And then two was a little bit later on in my early adult years. I still am in my early adult years, fuck. But it was a few years after that is when I had like an ex family member, ex best friend or friend or whatever. And I made a joke, we were joking. And then this person decides that it's funny to pull out a taser and fucking try to face fuck me with it. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like stunned there. And I'm gonna actually tase, make for one hell of a story. But I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Girl, whatever. And they were like, oh, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. For real, like that, you could cause bodily harm by a mistake, dude. And maybe that's being a pansy. But if you hold a weapon to anybody, dude, that's not really like, I wouldn't risk being tased. And the third was when I was walking out of the store called Food Town, and I was with my aunt, and it was a little bit after that, right? And now I'm in a bit of a dark place for some reason, so I'm not really in mentally capable of defending myself at that time. And this guy comes out of nowhere. He looks like a male feminist, right? Silver hair and all shit, and runs towards me. He's like, "You need to buy me a pizza. You need to come and buy me a pizza right now." And I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?" And I'm just stunned again, like I'm in a deer in the headlights. It's just like out of the three, like the fight, flight, or the other one, freeze. I tend to freeze. And he's like, "Bro, come on, you need to buy me." And I'm like, "Wait, wait, wait." And my aunt actually jumps in front of me, and she's like, "Hey, he's not going anywhere." He's like, "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking. He needs to buy me a pizza." And it was a big old thing. It ended with my aunt chasing him down the parking lot, which is a whole nother story. But I'm like, dude, like, I wish I could have been more aggressive like that. Not maybe chase him down the parking lot, but I wanted to be more aggressive. And the last one was more recently, was when I was checking out, and this dude that was a much older gentleman was packing my groceries, and he picks up my soda cans and it slams them into the cart. And I'm like, maybe he slipped. And then he does it again. He's like, slam. And I'm like, bro. And I don't say anything because I'm like, is it worth it? He's an older man. And I don't want to come across as like a huge dick. But it's like, bro, I should have still said something like, hey, sir, that is not fucking cool. Maybe not to that extent, but you get it. And it was just, I got home and I'm like, I'm disappointed in myself because I'm like, I should have said something. I should have been more aggressive in that term. And aggressive does not mean to fight. Aggressive just means stand up for yourself and take point, right? And I just wish I was better at that. And try to learn every day. Now the issue with learning it is you can't just go out and like disagree. Oh, excuse me, fucking swallow dust or something. You can't just go out and disagree with everybody you see. It's more of you got to build a little bit, like little disagreements, nothing huge, and like try to piece them together and just practice standing up for yourself more. And that's what I've done, and I'm a lot better at it. And it actually makes me feel bad that I see men feel like, because I felt like that, and I don't want anybody else to have that feeling of, oh shit, I feel like a bitch, because you're not a bitch. You're not. Either one, you're conditioned, or two, you honestly are scared of the fucking backlash, the outcome. We always think negative, and it's just on our nature. And to think that, hey, I might end up on Twitter, having somebody bash my head in, it's not like the best outcome we hope for. And it takes some time to get around to it, because there are times when it is called for. Hands down, we need to be aggressive. We need to be fighters. And then there's also the worry that, can this lead into like death? And that's what gets me too. I just, when it comes to fighting, I don't want to lose. Like, that's probably my biggest fear. And my aunt told me, because when I was younger growing up, my aunt's like, look, if someone beats your ass, you take it, but you make sure you go down fighting. Don't be a bitch, right? You would never like think of my aunt as being aggressive. I know, like, no one can say. Maybe I'll fucking check my Instagram or shit about Elgato, but still, it's that. It's like she has been an aggressor and it taught me like, hey, you need to be more aggressive. However, it never clicked with me. I growing up, I was a soft kid. I was a big kid, I guess, but I was a soft kid, and I just want to be better at it. I'm learning every day to become more aggressive, and not for a negative reason, but just to make sure that I can protect family, friends, etc. later on. And if anybody feels that same way, dude, you can get better. It just takes some time and practice, like as I've gotten better. But I'm just not at the point where I want to be yet. But I do look back and say, hey, I'm further than I was, a lot further. And I'm thankful for that. So, hey, bro, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fucking great day, and aggressively hit that like button. Hey, take care.